My name is Casey James, and this is Module 12 for AEP 858. In this module, we were looking at data analysis protocols and how we can help our staff be better prepared to collect and analyze data. So in this protocol that I created for my staff, the first thing is to obviously evaluate the data based on whatever assessment or whatever data collection you needed for your school and for your students. The second step would be to develop logical questions to discuss based on the data that you collected. So you're going to look for themes, maybe some irregularities or areas of strength or areas of weakness. The third thing is to use a graphic organizer to record the conclusions, which is something that I made and I will share in the next slide. The fourth thing would be to be involved on a data discussion team. So if you are a teacher or a staff member who has students that are being assessed or you're collecting data on them, you need to be involved on the discussion team so that you can be a key player in helping improve school performance and student performance. After that, you would develop a comprehensive analysis, and this would be in the form of probably a spreadsheet so that it could be shared with all of the staff who need to know that information. The sixth thing is to create a plan of action based on the data analysis. So if you just have data, but you're not making a plan on how to improve school and student performance, it was pretty pointless data to collect. The seventh thing, you have to evaluate the results of the actions. So you have to determine if you made the right decisions based on the actions that you had planned based on the data. And this is something that you would need to do throughout the year and do it every year. And number 8, the last thing would be to make necessary adjustments. So if you when you were reviewing it and you determined that it wasn't effective, probably time to reevaluate it and replan. So the graphic organizer that I created that could be handed out to staff when they are analyzing data looks like this. And I would encourage staff to update it or change it based on whatever the assessment is or whatever the data collection point is to make sure that it's relevant and it's able to capture all of their thoughts. So the first thing would be, where are we now? You need to address where your students or where your school is currently sitting at. Then you would want to determine where you want to be. How are you going to get, or how do we get to where we currently are? So if you have scores that are not so great, maybe on ACTs, why are they not so great? What are we not doing in our schools to prepare students to take the ACTs or the ACT work keys? Why are they not performing well? Then we're going to, after we've determined where we want to be, we need to determine how we are going to move forward. So we've collected the data. We know what the scores are. Going to use ACT again and ACT work keys. We know where we want to be. So we need to make a plan. And in this section, I would give teachers some room to write down their thoughts and their ideas on what they could do to improve those scores. And then after you've kind of made an idea of what you want to improve, there would be a section for you to acknowledge if you're making a difference. Are the plans that you came up with, are they working? Are they not working? And this would be the section that you would record that in. The last part is implications. So during your data analysis, when you made up all these plans and you're thinking about the data that you're collecting, you need to think about the implications that it will have on the students and on the school. So it's not just about collecting data and making sure that you have good test scores. It's also about making sure that students are getting all of their needs met and that you're helping them be better prepared for life after school. So some questions to answer based on data protocol and analysis. The first one was, how might your teachers react to being given a protocol and a graphic organizer to help with data dialogue and discussion? When I thought about this question, I had two thoughts. The first one being a realistic teacher was, oh great, another piece of paper that my administration gave me that I'm probably going to throw away when I leave this room. But the second was also me being a teacher. I've sat in on data analysis sessions where we didn't really have any direction. And I was not given a protocol or a graphic organizer like this. And so it was basically here is this stuff, make us have better scores. And so something like this would have been really helpful in those sessions. The second question was, how could your protocol be adapted to work with different subjects and groups of people? First of all, I would make this a shareable document where they could copy it and make it adaptable to whatever they need. And the third one was, how might a graphic organizer help teachers with data analysis process? I think helping them being able to organize the things that they need to address and recognize the things that they have done in the school, would be really helpful to have that in writing so that they can reference it as they make plans for the future. Thank you.